belt levels, and then roles and responsibilities are declared. Six Sigma leadership team. What is Six Sigma leadership team? The top management. Maybe your company boss, the managing director, the CEO. They are generally called the project sponsors. They are generally called the project sponsor. And then below them, there will be leaders. They are called the project champion. So what is the job of the champion? Champion is to liaison between top leadership and the project team, right? So the champion will allocate the resources, and then below the champion, there will be master black belt, there will be black belts, there will be green belts, there will be yellow belts, and then people with at least little awareness about what the organization is doing, isn't it? Can you work in a company without having a proper knowledge on what the organization want to achieve? That won't make sense for your presence, isn't it? If you are working for a company, you must at least understand what is that the company want to achieve. Those people are called white belt. And that is why we also tried to orient all of you, in the white belt program through the recordings and certain live sessions. And now the master black belt is like, he is the one who will develop the KPIs and metrics. KPIs and metrics. KPI is a number that will tell you whether your organization is progressing in the correct direction or not. Every KPI is a metric. Every KPI is a metric, but every metric may not be a KPI. You have to understand the relationship, right? If the number helps you to understand your direction of progress, that is called a KPI. But if you just wanted to monitor and control a number, then that is just called a metric, right? So generally the KPIs and metrics are developed for organization level, department level, as well as operational level, right? And the job is Master Black Belt's job. He will help the organization identify these kind of metrics. And then Master Black Belt will also train the black belts and green belts in the company. And black belts are capable of handling complex projects, cross-functional projects. And all of you as a green belt, you will be able to work comfortably on projects with the lesser and medium complexity, not cross-functional, because the project scope should be limited to only one department. Multiple departments should not be involved in your projects. As a green belt, don't take up projects involving multiple departments. Always you can take projects involving only one single department. It can be marketing, it can be sales, it can be production, or it can be assembly, or it can be purchase, something like that, but not a mix of everything. And then yellow belts will work under the guidance of the green belts. They do have certain knowledge about the DMAC and certain tools and techniques, but then they cannot work independently, but they will be very sensitive to what you are doing. They could understand, they can understand the team requirement, project requirement, and then work sensibly. So if at all you need some help, wanted to involve somebody in your project, make sure you involve only yellow belts, not your friends and relatives. Any improvement projects, the person who is participating in your project, if you are really concerned about the result and success of your project, make sure you only take yellow belts in your project. If not, you must train them on yellow belt body of knowledge before inducting them in your project. Otherwise, your project might succeed, instead of succeeding, might fail, because project success requires everyone's involvement. You alone cannot produce the results. Hope all of you understand the hierarchy. Any questions here? No questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right, we move on. So I already explained the role of sponsor, nothing but the top management. And the champion also sometimes may be working closely